lady, we now move into a new home. Life was nice and we were so happy. Everything was looking good. To wake up in the morning, the girl must not ring. She jump on the bed, walk outside. If you see she's smiling, well, boy, I know start to wonder who it can really be. When I asked the girl who was that, she said that is KFC. Them all for lie, 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 lie. Oh, she could lie, 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 lie. Them so jealous, them so jealous, them west jealous, them east jealous, them red jealous, them dark jealous, them no jealous. Well, you know the story now. Christmas Eve, I want my baby. I can't wait for him to come home. I fall in love and now we're so happy. Everything was looking good. 2 o'clock in the morning, we come out of Paramount, smelling around with the hand on the neck. What it is behind? Well, boy, I know that I wonder. There's something wrong with the style. When I ask the man, what is that? He say it's mosquito by them man. I could lie, 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 lie. Oh, gosh, they could lie, 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 lie. See that lie, 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 lie. Fireman does lie, army man does lie, them cocaine lie, them police lie, them rainman does lie, rasta man does lie, them DJ lie. Oh, no worry to cry. All woman does lie, la da di da da die, sigh. I cannot deny. All my neighbors lie, la da di da da die, sigh. So if you go by the neighbor, she bring out that dry pastel. Boy, put it in your mouth with a smile on your face and wash it down with sorrel. If it walk in your belly, you must never admit. You better ball at the taste and go even though you're feeling tough. Oh no, it does lie. Oh, push it lie. Them so jealous, them no jealous, them west jealous, them east jealous, them red man does lie, rasta man does lie, them DJ does lie. Oh, all the weed does lie, all the weed does lie, all the weed does lie. Stop lie, don't get afraid, man. This is the flyer.
Mahoney Movement is here to get your shipment up, on the way. It's simple. Order, ship, receive. Order the goods and necessities online from your favorite stores, and Mahoney Movements will receive your order and ship it to you on island. And they will clear your shipment through IRB and customs. Yeah. And guess what? They'll get your order to you in 24 hours. 24 hours. Mahoney Movements, up, on the way. Give them a call today, 470-331-7983. Now, back to the hottest talk show on the net with your host, Russ Sills.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the hottest talk show on the net. It's your boy, Russ Sills. Another edition of the JMO Talk Show. It's December 17th, 2021. We have, 2 more weeks until 2022. So first of all, happy holidays to everybody listening out there on the Facebook Live that's joining us whenever you are around the world. We have people that listening to the JMO Talk Show all the way from Japan, Seattle, LA. We have the DMV, New York, and even my hometown, U.S. Virgin Islands. So thank you all for tuning in each and every Friday night from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with yours truly, Russ Sills. Tonight, we have the hostess with the mostest. That's my virtual guest tonight. We are doing the situationship next week, Friday. However, the hostess with the mostest. We have some trending topics we'd like to talk to you about and just share some conversations. Voice your opinion. You can share your opinion on the Facebook Live. So make sure y'all tell a friend, share the live. We here tonight live. The hostess with the mostest, Elise Rose, with yours truly, Russ Sills on the JMO Talk Show. All right. Before we get started, just want to let y'all know, man, we're in the holiday spirit. I know there's a lot going on. Did you finish your holiday shopping yet? I didn't. I'm trying to see if I could go out there this weekend. Hopefully, I could get everything done this weekend. Juggling the work schedule and your time for yourself. Plus, you got other stuff you got going on, man. So hopefully, I could get everything done this weekend. Hopefully, if not, sometimes long time ago, as a young dad, I used to worry about, man, got to make sure the kids them get their stuff on time. I got two grown kids, they're in the 20s, they're grown man, grown woman. So I mean, look, hey, if you could get your present before the 31st or before January 1st, hey, that's a plus. I'm just saying. Hey, listen, I'm just saying. I mean, sometimes we try to do our best, but I mean, with traffic and all stuff that's going on, man. Listen, you get your gift. I mean, for the young ones. Let me just make that disclaimer for the young ones. Now, we got to make sure that Christmas morning they could get up and get their gift, open up the gift, because they kids are being their feeling. But the grown kids now, the grown folks, the grown young men, the millennials, listen, ain't about Christmas Day. As long as you get something, you know what I'm saying? At least it come, the thought that count. I'm just saying. So don't be trying to put yourself in any debt or put yourself getting any DUI or any speeding ticket because you're rushing going to the mall and you got one more point before you get locked up or one more point before you lose your driver's license privilege. Listen here, you take your time, make sure if you want to leave late, you want to leave early before the sunset or leave early before the traffic starts, go ahead and do your thing. Take your time. As long as they get there, it don't necessarily have to be on time, but as long as they get there. I mean, that's my main focus, as long as they get there. You know what I'm saying? Because, kids, your children will be like, well, Dad, Christmas was 3 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen nothing yet. As long as if it's 7 to 10 days, I would say that. But if it's 14, 21, a month, now you're playing. You're playing yourself. You know what I'm saying? But make sure the kids, the young ones, I'm talking from the couple months old to I say 10, 12. Make sure they get their gift on time. 13 and up, yeah, you can wait till 26, December 26th or 27th, or maybe catch that Monday sale, the after Christmas sale. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Listen, man, we human, and hey, I'm just saying this is just my opinion. I ain't trying to tell you what to do and get yourself in trouble or get yourself in trouble with the kids. But listen here, my kids, they'll just have to understand. You grown, yeah, you go wait till the 31st, man. You know what I'm saying? At least they didn't make it till the 2022. You got it in 2021. You know what I'm saying? But what's your thoughts, the hostess with the mostest? Before we get started, let me introduce give my virtual guest tonight a formal introduce. Tonight is the hostess with the mostest. Y'all see her every month on the Situationship. Next week Friday, gonna be the last Situationship for 2021. You're gonna be Situationship Part 10. The hostess with the mostest, Elise Rose, is in the building. Good evening. How you doing?
Good evening. Good evening to all. I am good. I cannot complain, and I won't complain because
God is good.
I have life. That's right. I have life. Now that whole sermon you just gave about giving gifts and all them kind of thing, I wish you luck. I feel glad I am no longer in that
You
stage of
that?
life anymore because I have adults. The most I do is, hey, look some money and I get cash up, say just cash up and you put in a note, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Are you good to
I
go?
think I need to do that
No,
approach as well. Yeah.
I still like to give them stuff sometimes because they don't get stuff all the time from me, and it's not, especially like random things. I might And what them say, oh God, I done my body spray, and I'll find out which one it is and probably just get it for them and give it to them regularly. So throughout the year they get things. I don't tell them this year, please don't wake up on the 25th. We're gonna wake up on the 26th and continue life as it is
Yeah.
until the next year comes. So they don't know. Sleep through the 25th. We all know what I mean. When your mother says sleep through the 25th, we know
I never heard that one. Explain that one to
don't look
me.
for
I
nothing.
never heard that one. I never heard that one.
Don't look for nothing. That's what I mean. Just sleep through the 25th. Don't look for nothing. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I
no,
never heard that
sleep
one.
through the 25th and wake up on the 26th and continue. But like I said, they good. And again, it's the thought that counts. As long as you guys are teaching your kids, the true meaning, which is,
Give
not
thanks.
trying to
Be
bring anything
thankful. Be
extremely, but
thankful. Yeah.
it's be thankful about stuff and the little morals behind it, then fine. But if you're just teaching your kids that they should be looking for stuff, you're gonna create a monster that every year
Absolutely.
you're gonna have to
Absolutely.
feed because they are
Absolutely.
going to be expecting stuff every year and they're not going to understand hardships and you saying you couldn't do it this year and stuff like that. So we need to start breaking a lot of these old cycles where the children are anticipating, things because we keep going over and beyond. And over and beyond for some people is going into debt, taking out credit card, taking out loan, and all kind of stuff. So
Absolutely.
we definitely have to make some change. And I guilty of that. When they were younger, I was guilty of that at one point. And then I had to say to myself, but this can't work because by the time the new year start, I can't even be happy. I got
Absolutely.
debt to pay off.
Mhm.
So, and then the gifts ain't like how it was before.
Yeah.
A
Things are
cabbage patch
expensive
doll,
now. Things are
a
very
cabbage patch
expensive.
doll or nothing. Now they got a whole cabbage patch collection, and each doll is like $60 a doll. Barbie still got a dream. How she still look like she don't age. Now she got three sisters and a dog. And no, it's a whole, it's a
What
whole.
about Ken? What about the Ken doll? What about the Ken
Ken,
doll?
I don't even know.
You still
I don't
around?
even know when the last time I heard him talk about Ken. But
You still around?
you listen, I tell you the last time I don't even know the last time I heard about Ken. I think Barbie get three sisters now. That's all I know. She get three
Oh
sisters.
man. Oh, so Ken making sure now. Before they were
I
saying
don't know about
Ken on the
that.
other side, They were saying Ken on the other side. They were saying for some reason you were looking too feminine. Oh, so you making sure now? Wow. Can't go out with bad self, man. But anyway,
But
man,
yeah,
shout out to everybody on Facebook Live. Make sure y'all share the live. Tell somebody, tell a friend, tell a friend. We here tonight. The hostess with the mostest, Elise Rose, yours truly, Russell's on the JMO Talk Show tonight. Make sure y'all share the live, please, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Before we get started, you want to give anybody a shout out? Anybody on the Facebook Live? You want to give a shout out before we get started
well,
with
I'm
this
not
topic
watching the
discussion?
Facebook live. I'm not watching the Facebook. I don't have my other device tonight. I just doing this one smooth and stuff. But big up to everybody who out there. Hope you guys get to enjoy the holidays coming up. I know this year has been a hell of a year for a lot of us, especially with
Yes,
a lot of the you know, passings and RAPs and stuff. So a lot of people aren't in the mood to celebrate. But one thing you definitely should give full respect to is the fact that you're still here and you're able to carry on for the others who aren't here. We're
right.
able to keep them alive in memory and, conversation and stuff like that. So we just need to be thankful for the fact that we are still on this side
Yes,
of the,
yeah,
life and we still have a chance to wake up again another day, and just be thankful at least for that. Thanksgiving still spilling over into Christmas. But hey, just make sure to love people, man. Just tell people every day, no matter who it is, if you randomly pick somebody a
yeah.
day and just send a message, we quick to get on there when people have bam and melee and thing going on and we in the comment section and stuff. Take a day, sometimes every other day, just inbox a person and tell them, hey, hope you have a blessed day. Hope today going good for you or God bless you or something.
Right,
Tell people how you feel today and how
right.
because we already see how this
You just never know,
world
man.
operating. Yeah.
You just never know, man.
Right.
October to this month, December was really a tough months.
Right.
Losing some close, good people that I know, you know what I'm saying? And I still think about them, you know what I'm saying? I still think about them. you know, every day my mind just kind of just wander. You know what I'm saying? Like how things gonna be moving forward without these individuals. You know what I'm saying? These are people that you talk to on a regular. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you know, it's really, I know people don't want to admit it because I still seeing people doing the same stupid stuff that they're doing. Like life is never ending, and we don't understand that any day could be your number. And you know, some people living life for the fullest, and they're just doing them, and they don't care who they hurt or they don't care what they do. But we have to just be thankful in general, humble. We have to humble ourselves. I think that's what a lot of us need to do. Be humble, be thankful, and be grateful that you're still here, man. Because and try to make an impact every day that you on God's earth, that you could, you know, change a life or help someone. I think that's what we missing, the whole spirit of life. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why a lot of things I see a lot of things on social media, at least that I used to get myself involved with as far as topics of discussion. I read it, but I just do like how a lot of people will do, the scroll past. I don't even comment, but I read, or sometimes if someone in the comment section that is you know, they saying what I was thinking in my, I'll click like. So that'll be my way of, okay, I I agree with what that person said, but I'm not gonna voice my opinion. And it's hard too because of course a lot of people will be like, wow, like you're opinionated type of guy. Like how come you're not responding, or how come you're not getting into the topic of discussion? And I'm you know, I telling them like, yo, like, you know, you're getting older. You're getting older. You seeing what's more important to me. You know what I mean? And getting, you know, starting another heated discussion or building another bad vibe with somebody, that's not my thought process anymore. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to live and live to see another day and live to see that, you know, one day if my kids them decide to get grown and have kids, I want to live to see my grandkids. You know what I mean? So that's my mindset. And of course, I'm in my mid 40s. So of course, I'm looking at, I'm setting up myself for retirement. You know, I know I got at least 15 more years to go, at least 15 more years. So that's what I'm looking like, making sure that I'm set, that if that time come, God forbid, I'm you know, set up. You know what I mean? So that's just my mindset right now, man. And that's all about growth. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody on Facebook Live. Turnbull, I see you, man. Stacey Rhodes, my number one supporter. Thank you for tuning in. Andre Henry, thank you for tuning in. My sister, big sis, Yvette Williams. Thank you for tuning in. Kathy Charles Lulis, my classmate, Cynthia Jules Miller, my classmate, Stacy Wolcock. Thank you for tuning in. Dynasty Reimer, thank you for tuning in. Make sure y'all share the live, man. We have a lot to talk about. Well, we have a topic that we want to talk about, but we want to get your opinion on this discussion. Now, I know this is the season to be happy, to be smiling. You know, it's Christmas. It's Christmas. You know, this is one of my favorite season of the year. Although I don't like the cold that much, but that's the fact that you have Christmas trees and that's the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Um, Unfortunately, we still have life to live and still a lot of stuff to be going on around the world. This topic that I want to talk about is this gentleman out of the DMV. I don't know. Did you get his name? I had his name and I had the.
Before we go into that, let me swing it over here a little bit because I wanna incorporate this as a part of the season, and I'm gonna tell you how I could incorporate this and why the holidays are so important and more important to some than others before we jump into exactly, the heartfelt story because it has been trending on social media for the last couple of days. Now, this is a quote that was said by the individual who committed the heinous act that we're about to speak about. His last name was Black. His first name was Rajay. I think it was Rajay or Rajay. It
Yeah,
was spelled real funny. I think it was Raja Black. But we're just going to say,
Rajay
I'm just
Sharif
going to say
Black.
Mr. Black. Right. So Mr. Black. So Mr. Black on the live that he did before taking another person's life on his own, he said, and this was the most impactful thing for me, especially around the time of the holidays. And imagine how much other people feel this way. It may not be because of this situation, but there are people out there where the holidays become too much for them to deal with and it becomes unbearable. He said, quote unquote, it's the holidays and I don't have any family, nothing. Okay. Now I listen to that again. We all know Christmas time and holiday times is a time to be with family and friends and loved one and to do activities together, to share stories and stuff like that. It is automatically the time of year. The last 2 months of the year is automatically family time of the year where you get, together with your elders, the matriarchs and patriarchs of your family, cousins that you don't only speak to throughout the year, but everybody does make their way to migrate to be together around this time of year. And one of the last things that guy said was that it's the holidays and he don't have any family, nothing. Okay. Now going into the caption of his um story is that he took the life of his ex-wife, or sorry, his ex-girlfriend, his ex-wife, and then himself. Now you could imagine, and then while doing this, he was able to go on Facebook Live describing what he had done at the first location, and then he described what he was going to do at the second location, and he did it. Parts of the live was cut when he was actually running in, chasing the
The
ex-wife. So a
ex-wife.
little
The ex-wife.
backstory, right? So a little backstory on this guy. Apparently, he was going through a 3-year custody battle with the ex-wife, who her name was Wendy. Wendy was the ex-wife, and I guess
Wendy
that's
Black.
the lady he had. Yes, Wendy. Yeah, she was the ex-wife, and I think she had 2 daughters by him. They were ages 4 and 5. And for 3 years, they've been going through a custody battle. And apparently, the mother of the kids accused him of molestation of the girls. So they've been going through a 3-year custody battle. Then he met this other lady, Tara, which is now the ex-girlfriend, or was the ex-girlfriend. And she ended up pregnant, and they got into some type of a dispute or whatever. And immediately, her first reaction to the argument was, "You're not going to see a kid, you know, this, that, and a problem." So it was like a repeat of what he was already dealing with the ex-wife, with a 3-year custody battle. People, let me tell you something, right? Women, we like to say man ain't shit. Yeah, okay, sometimes they ain't shit, sometimes you got good ones, whatever. But when it comes to children, a lot of times, and I don't care what backlash come with it. Again, I know this is a JMO talk show, it's just our opinions. We're not professionals, we're not whatever. We just speak our mind, we say how we feel about a topic or situation, and we just run a conversation. There are times you have male individuals who don't give a shit about the kids. But a lot of time, the women does know that before they have children with these men. Then you have guys who would do everything and anything, and the women know that, and then they use these cards, like these children, like these draw four cards when you play Uno, like, let me hold on to this. This is the winning card. And then when it's okay for them, or when they feel it's time to hit them with the child supporting, or hit them with the you can't see your children thing, then it's like that. There are people who genuinely want to be parents to their kids, and co-parenting is a thing that don't exist. It almost is like a damn, well, it ain't a dinosaur yet, but it's almost like something that non-existent, because people have this thing like, when you and them made together no more, then you over there and I over there, but then you don't forget you have children in between. And then the children does get used like these damn dodgeballs, because you're either forcing them to pick the side of which parent to like, or you have a parent poisoning the children them about the other parent as far as what they want to tell them. And it's a messed up situation. And for this man to sit on one day and decide that this was the only way that he could have get out of this shit. Like this was the only thing he could have come up with. This man kill one, drive 30 minutes,
To
kill the
his
other one, and
ex-wife.
kill himself. Like, do you understand how far a person have to get dragged for them to get to that point that they're willing to take a life, then take their own and not even consider what would happen to the children without the parent? Like, you have to be on a height that, and the man wasn't drunk, he wasn't high, he wasn't on no drugs. The man knew that this is what he was going to do, and he did it.
Mhm. I read this story when I saw it. I saw the video, what he did, and then of course I did some of my investigation about the whole situation. And before I get started on voicing my opinion, let me just say this here. What that gentleman did to those two young ladies, by any means, he was wrong. He was wrong. By any means. I mean, I'm not that type of person. Well, you don't know what he's going through or why. You don't know what he went through. Or I don't know what he them woman put him through. I'm not that type of person. You understand? Wrong is wrong. I learned that the hard way. I used to be like that, like, well, giving me excuses for some of the stuff that I used to do. You know what I'm saying? And when you get hemped up, when I say hemped up, meaning that when you get a law involved now, they don't want to hear, well, I do it because she do this here to me or this and that. They don't want to hear that. They just want to know why you do this, like why this person this way, or what did you say to this person for them to, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to hear that I just blanked out and I did what I did. They don't want to hear that. That's the worst thing you could ever say to anybody or any authority. But anyway, back to the discussion. What this gentleman did was wrong, totally wrong. But what we're trying to dissect is how did it get there in the first place? Some of the things them that this gentleman went through, I'll be honest with you, I've been there. I've been there to this day. To this day, I'm in order for me to be successful or for me to be where I'm at right now, I had to let things go. I had to be the bigger person and say, you know what, Russell, I gotta let that shit go. Because if I still continue to be in that dark place and angry, I'm gonna be all angry for the rest of my life. And everybody who's around me, it gonna affect them. Whatever it's a woman I with, my children, my family, my loved ones, my friends, it's gonna affect them. And it did. I had to let shit go. I had to let it go and be that bigger person and move on, focus on other things. But I've been in similar situation, not with the accused of sexually assaulting my kids and all that, but that's the fact that the scorn, when a woman scorned, to me, that's the worst thing a man could ever go through. Especially when a woman know that the law is behind and then 100%. I know you'll see some men out there that have custody of their kids. They have men out there that do, but it's very rare. I guarantee you out there, I don't know what's the percentage, but I guarantee you it's 70-30 or 60-40. It's never a 50-50. I guarantee you that. Or maybe an 80-20. I'm telling you, meaning that 80% of women have custody of the kids to 20% of men, or 90% is not a close or 50-50. I'm telling you. But once a woman know that all this man have to do is don't give me no money, he don't even still have to even go there that far, because I didn't been in that situation where I wasn't giving no money. I get him top like man, I really don't want to get into it because, like I say, it's personal and I don't want to kind of, bring bad vibes or bring negative energy back to me. I'm in a good place right now, Elise, but we'll talk about that in a different time. But I'm just going to long story short, I've been in similar situation with that man. Frustrated, angry, paid lawyers, that ain't give me no result. I had to pay them. I had the money, I had to borrow, beg, do all kind of thing, pawn, jewelry, just to pay lawyers. People don't understand what I've been through. And no result to this day. You know what I'm saying? To this day, just to clear my name, just to make sure that I live in peace. To this day, I still ain't get no justice. But you know what, the hot people, and that's why I say this young man, I can't side with him, or I cannot agree with what he did. I shouldn't say young man, this gentleman, what he did, I had to let shit go. I had to focus on other things to get my mind out of that thing. But I could understand totally the frustration, especially when you're being accused. I wasn't there. I don't know the situation with his kids and him, but being accused of something that you haven't done. You know what I'm saying? I was accused of being a deadbeat dad. Deadbeat dad was said on social media. Little people were just running with stuff that they hear. People who know me and know what I've been through know that that's far from what people were saying. But of course, that's how people live. When people don't like you, and when people hate you, or when people undercover think that they think that you're your friend, but they're not, they're gonna run with it. But people who know better know I'm not no deadbeat dad. I might have fallen short. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a deadbeat dad. You know what I'm saying? I was called that. That's the worst thing that hurt me out of all the things that I've been through. Being called a deadbeat dad. So I could understand that man frustration. Would I take another woman's life for my frustration? No. And that's why I say I had to let go, because I felt that if I was going down that path, continue to go down that path, somebody would have get physically hurt. I don't know how, what would have happened. But I could understand his frustration, but I would have never go that road by killing anybody.
So here is how I look at this story, and it has to be dissected in several parts. And the reason it have to be dissected in several parts is because, of course, we're just getting, this is a new something that just happened. They probably have to do more investigating to find out, what all, besides the basic stuff that we know transpired to lead up to this event. There was a point where when he was on the live at the second house where he took his life, that there was a person that came onto the live that he addressed, and he was like, yeah, you know why I've been going through and why I've been dealing with and things like that, or whatever. So there was somebody that was on the live, I guess, that knew, what was going on. Now, here is my thing. And this is why that friend word, you have to be very careful with how you just use the word friend. Everything now has to come more with an action than just a word. Because it's okay to say, yeah, man, that's my friend, because you're identifying that somebody is a person that you know. But when it comes to the pure or the true definition of the word friend, a lot of us don't have that with people. You understand? It's just that. It's just a word that's being used to identify somebody. And I say that to say this. He said that it's the holidays and he don't have no family. So that either indicates that maybe where he is or where he was, maybe he moved there. That wasn't his original place of birth. We don't know. And he was married, and that was one family that get break up. Then he had a girlfriend, and then that ended up breaking up and stuff like that. So it seemed to me like his mental health was never addressed at all. And if you have somebody that you calling a friend and you saying on the live, like, oh, I've been going through, I'm like, how much of these people didn't pick up and this man getting to that breaking point where he could have harmed himself or somebody, because it ain't just brew overnight. He explains a 3-year custody battle. You mean to tell me not a co-worker, not a friend, nobody, because with how his demeanor was the day of, he was completely emotionless to an
Yeah.
extent because
He
he
sure
was just
cry.
talking
He
like he
didn't
was
cry on
regular. Yes.
anything.
He
Yeah,
was
he
just
didn't
like,
cry.
wow. The
Yeah,
man described killing the ex
in a
girlfriend
head.
as a dream. He
Yeah.
described it as a dream, which
Yep.
shows that his mental capacity wasn't even at a full 100 because most people reaction to seeing blood or harming somebody, even if like you in a heated argument with somebody as a parent or a mother or whatever, and you react by hitting or slapping or whatever, most time your reaction will be immediately remorseful because it's like, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that.
Right.
That was not this man's reaction to that.
You were to the boiling point. You were to the boiling
My
point.
thing was there not any, did he not give off any signs? Nobody that was close to him didn't see that maybe, hey, you know what, maybe this guy needs some help or
Well, let me just chime in for a little bit. Another thing that I read that not only was he going through battles, woman, baby mama drama, he lost his job at this hospital because they said that he was a whistleblower on a doctor. Doctor looked like there was stealing some drugs from the hospital. He's a certified registered nurse, right? So he
okay.
works at a hospital. But he said that this doctor that he used to colleague with was stealing drugs, whether to use it, sell it, whatever. And he whistleblowed on the doctor. And it ended up, I guess he went to the news and it ended up to be a big thing. He ended up losing his job because, of course, doctors in the health administration and in the health industry, doctors have a lot of clout. What they say goes. I'm telling you right now, they don't care who you are. So by him telling on a doctor, he ended up losing his job, and he said that he even had to move to New York to work because nobody in the Baltimore area or even in the Maryland area didn't want to hire him. I guess he had a red flag on his resume, or anytime anyone pull up his name or did a background check, he had a red flag. So he said he wasn't working because of that. He said he ended up getting a job in New York because of the pandemic, and they needed staff. That's the only how he could have found a job. But he said it was frustrating because now that he's going through a battle with his kids, a custody battle, now we have to leave them and go to another state to work. So of course that's taking away from time with his family, and you know what I'm saying? And then it does frustrate him because by you moving to, I guess you probably was a traveling nurse. Traveling nurse, you make a lot of money, but you be gone, especially if you're working in New York. You probably was up there for the whole entire pandemic, and it could be stressful. Last year was a very stressful time for nurses, doctors, or anyone in the health industry. So just imagine he have issues, mentally issues, borderline or whatever issues he had mentally. He have this case pending with his ex-wife saying that he assaulted his kids. He just lost his job for doing the right thing, being an honest nurse, telling on a doctor. No one in Maryland wanted to hire him because of that. Now you have to move away, work just to survive, and work in a pandemic situation where that you putting your life in jeopardy. So mentally, I could only imagine what he was going through, right?
Mhm.
Now, back to what you were saying, Elise, that his friend, like, okay, you stressed on, he said, I don't have no family here. And that's a big thing right there because nobody's there to help him or talk to him. And sometimes people, let's be honest, Black people don't really like to share what they're going through with any and everybody because we have that stigma that we're gonna feel remorseful and this and that. And the minute you hang up the phone or they turn the back, we calling Tom, Dick, and Harry and saying, boy, that dude is he cuckoo for cuckoo puff, he over there, and this dude, I don't know, man, something wrong with him. But instead of giving him help, even though he's in the health industry, he still need help. He still need help. and no one wasn't there. They probably was just an ear to listen to his problem, but nobody wasn't there to actually help him with the situation he had. He didn't trust the government because obviously, you know, no one wasn't coming to his rescue, getting him a job or you know, building his reputation back. You know what I'm saying? He said that he didn't trust the system because it was just a lot of stuff. But let's go to now the situation where that, how did we get there? How did he get there? Where that he went and killed his ex-girlfriend who was pregnant with his baby, right? My thing is they say he snapped. He snapped because he probably is thinking that, well, this is just my opinion. He snapped because he thinking like, nah, I gotta go through this shit again. It's what I'm going through with my ex-wife. Now this, he probably went and told this young lady who's dead right now, his ex-girlfriend, everything that he's going through. She probably know everything that he's going through. And the worst thing you could tell a man that whatever he's going through, you throw that shit back in his face, that's the worst thing you could do, a man or anybody. So by her doing that, saying you will never see a kid and I'm gonna take your child support, he probably snapped. He probably snapped saying, oh no, I'm not going through this again. And he did say in the live, I'm not going to jail. He did say that, I'm not going to jail. So that right there, and then he done saying that whatever he do, either I'm going to take my life or somebody going to kill me, but I'm not going to jail. And those are red flags that, well, how did we get there? And we could point the finger as much as say, well, we got two people that is dead and a newborn baby that is dead, and it's his fault. But we as human beings need to say, you know what, put all of that aside and said that, you know what, instead of we helping this young man, we was trying to block this man up. Instead of helping this young man, we was trying to take whatever money he was making because he have a good job, he have his master's, he's a registered nurse, you know, he got a good career. So we're looking at the money part, but not trying to help this brother with the situation we in. So now we have 3 people there and 2 kids now that is motherless and fatherless. And this is an ongoing thing in the Black community. In the Black community. And that's what I'm saying, that we know that now that we're in a generation where that we have computers, we have internet that we could read anything. You could Google anybody, you could find anything that you want to know on the internet about anything, YouTube, etc. We in this generation now that we're more wiser, we're supposed to be more educated. Black people should have no excuse why that we're not getting educated or highly educated, regardless if college is for you, technical school for you, but we should have stuff where you can go online and be certified, go online and get your credentials. It shouldn't be no excuse why we should be suffering mentally. Well, when I say mentally, like as far as education-wise, or knowing your rights and so forth. But we continue to do what the white man say. And the reason why I ain't saying it loud is because I'm not blaming the white man for everything, but we continue to go their route. You're Black, you got a child without getting married, and it don't work out, take him to court, take whatever thing, mess his career up, mess his life up. You know what I'm saying? That's what we was brought up. That's what we was learned to do. Take, and don't care what about our Black men. We always say we need to uplift our Black men, be there for our Black men. But here it is, we have an ongoing situation where that we continue to hurt our Black men because of threatening them that we're gonna take their passport, take their whatever, garnish their wages, etc. from them. And Black women, they don't care. They don't care. All they seen is bling bling, but they're not understanding that you messing this man up mentally, that down the line, so like a situation like this could happen. And this situation that we're talking about, this is not the first situation that happened. This is happening all the time in the Black community. And that's what I'm saying, that we are in a generation now that we should know better. Black women should know better. Black men should know better. That listen, don't get caught up in this white man system, and we need to work with each other. We need to, because we need each other. Regardless of what, we need each other.
Okay, so let me rewind a little bit here with some stuff. Going back to what I said before this round when you chime in, you describe exactly what I said, half of my opinion. Based on how this man spoke, you could tell that he was either away from where he was used to being, because I didn't know that he had went to New York to get a job and stuff like that. I didn't know he wasn't working, this, down, a third, and then he's a nurse. So you have a stressful job. Anybody who works in the medical field know how stressful that does be all the time. Of course, the
Very
pandemic, we
stressful.
all know. For example, and New York was one of the places where it was very bad for them during the pandemic, because nurses were doing lives where they were working countless of hours till the last track of days, because they didn't have days off, they didn't have time off, they were constantly dealing with things. And what I'm gathering from this is that he probably was the type of father that loved his kids and did everything for them, hence why it was easy for that to be the target that the women use to hold against him. Now, again, there has been talk about, molestation and stuff like that, which I ain't getting into that, because that's a whole nother thing, and I ain't getting into that. But he does, the impression is that most time when, for example, if a woman knows she can get from a man in a situation with child support where a couple, if the man don't have shit, they can't get shit from the man. So that wouldn't even be an option for most women to even threaten a man with child support, because, or go in court, because thing. Another thing too that a lot of people don't know is that every state or every place you go when it comes to having kids, it is different when it comes to the father of the child and proving legitimacy of the child. Like here in Georgia, for example, even if your name on that board paper is the father, if you don't get legitimized by the state, you have no rights to your child. And a lot of people don't know that. You cannot pick up that child.
Georgia is one of them.
Whether, yeah. And I know that, for example, because I have a sibling who had to deal with that. And when he told me that, I was like, what? You gotta pay to get legitimized to prove that that's your child? So you could do what you, because it was, and I didn't know that, because home, that's it. Wherever on the board paper, whoever's wherever, nobody don't, unless you have court paper stating that, you get to have the child every other week or something. If there's nothing in writing by the courts, by nature, as we knew it, that means both parents have full rights to the children. However, it don't work like that in certain states. Like you have to know these things before you make that. And this is again, it goes back to people not getting a chance to know people as we just, oh, this my man for 3 months, oh, like say nice gender reveal, and oh, baby shower, and then fuck, and people don't take the time to know, like you said, right, even the basic rights. People don't know their basic rights with stuff, and it's because we just it's the wall or wherever. And for us island people, it's different for us too, because we don't grow up in a small setting where things are already the way it is, and we just fall into routine with stuff. But then when we come up here to bigger lands and bigger grounds, we don't even know that we have to find out certain shit before we get into things, because we ain't know. Right. And nobody ain't voluntarily telling you this. Like the hospital is not telling you. The hospital ain't gonna tell you, oh nigga, yeah, that's your child because they name on the paper. Yeah. They ain't telling you you gotta go
that's
and get
legitimized. That's not you.
To actually be considered a parent that could take up your child and go, because if you ain't legitimized and that mother decide she have a problem with you and she know the law and she never tell your dumbass that you ain't legitimized, so by right you can't do what you want to do as a father. She decide to play devil's advocate and call the police. They're coming for you wherever you is, and you getting locked up and this child getting taken back to the mother.
How many times we see Amber Alerts where you're seeing kids on Amber Alerts here in Georgia, and when you listen to the news, 9 out of 10 the dad or the father went with the child. 9 out of 10 I sit down and I say then we don't know exactly what happened, but I guarantee you 9 out of 10 mom and dad had a fight or had an argument, and he said I'm going with my child. And she know that okay, I'm calling 911. Technically, that's his child. If you want to go with his child, he go with his child. He's not gonna harm the child. I mean, we don't know that, but I mean, it's just a situation where that I'm going with my child, I'm just fighting you. But by you calling 911 and say, such and such went with my child, is he the dad? Yeah, but he don't have rights. I have custody. That's all they have to say in that time, in that type of term. And from then, dad dead, dad dead. You know what I'm saying? You in trouble. But in other states, you the father, you're the father of the child. You can always say that, hey, I want to took my child to get some ice cream or something, and you know what I'm saying, blah 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 blah. But certain states, especially here in Georgia, nah, if you're not legitimized and she called the police on you, God dead. You go in jail. You go in jail.
And
Straight
like
up.
I said, diving into the situation with the guy too again, his mental health had to have been on the brink of like,
Yeah,
fuck it. His
yeah.
mental health seemed to have been on the brink of fuck it because just his reaction to killing the ex-girlfriend
And
and
then
him
talk about it.
describing it
They're alive.
as came in like a dream.
Yeah,
That was it. He had done clock out.
yeah,
He had done
yeah.
clock out. He had enough time to think about this, enough to know like, okay, I know if I do this, at jail is where I going, but I ain't going jail because that's another stressor for me that I don't need just for trying to be a father to my children or to deal with life or deal with this world. So to an extent, it seems as if it was premeditated because he knew his intention was not to go to jail. It was like to hell with it.
Yeah, yeah.
These is people are causing excess stress to my life. And again, with them being, and again, we don't know how long it may or may not have been the way it is. Maybe people knew of his stress. Maybe he was talking about stuff to work and this and that and blah blah blah, and then losing a job for doing the right thing. That's another thing that can mess with you because here it is when you get hired for working in the field. I always ask you this type of trick question. If you see an employee doing something wrong, what you gonna do or what you supposed to do? And here it is chances are the abuse of power, as it has always be. That's why a lot of people don't even get involved in stuff they want to say, oh, well, you know something, say something for what? When people who have more authority or more power stuff going to just override whatever they want. That's why a lot of people don't speak out on shit because at the end of the day, it is useless. It is useless. You don't
We,
want to think like
we,
that, but
talk,
that's
we could talk about a lot of we could talk about a lot of things in that scenario where that people don't trust the system. People don't, and that's a situation right there. He thought he was doing the right thing by being a whistleblower, and it ended up tarnishing his career. That he had to not only leave his kids, but leave and go to another state in harm's way, New York. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
my next question is now we see that this is an ongoing problem in the Black community, and I stress that. What are some of the things that you think that we should kind of educate ourselves, or some of the stuff them that we could prevent from this from happening? Because I'm telling you, this situation here is not the first, and by God, is not going to be the last. Like I
Well,
tell you, I could share some stories, but I just don't want to raise the dead. That part of my life is done, it's gone. I'm in a different place right now, but I could sure, I'm telling you, like I thought, I had a time in my life that, and even to this day, I don't trust the judicial system. When people say, I trust the system, I don't trust it. Me personally, I don't trust it because of what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust it. I've did some stuff where I went jail for suspended license. You know what I'm saying? Suspended license. Now, grant you, I've been working working in the cable industry where my job is to drive to one home, to another home, to another home, to another home. I've been in the cable industry from 2005 to 2009, and then again from 2012 to 2016, right? 2016, right? So that's pretty much what, and even I've been doing some contracting stuff during the years on my own, doing other stuff. But for the most part, I've been here in Georgia, and majority of my job was driving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Driving to make some money, driving to support myself, driving to support my kids, driving to support. And you doing all kind of stuff towards me, but you know that if my license is suspended, how are you going to get your money? I'm gonna get my money to survive, to pay whatever bills I get? You don't care about that. You don't care about that. All you care about is I gonna make whatever I'm hurting, I'm gonna make you hurt and even feel the pain even more. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I couldn't understand. I couldn't understand it. If you really care about your children and you know that this is part of my life where I have to drive, you taking that away from me, suspended license. You know how much time that when I was working cable, I had to tell my boss, hey, I can't work today. I have a situation with my license. I had to park up the truck. I home. I can't go nowhere until the white man tell me it's okay for you to drive. I gotta get something via mail, email, or something stating that I could drive again. I have to to go down to the DMV and pay to get my license reinstated. And that was like an ongoing problem, an ongoing situation. Not once a year, 2-3 times a year. And
okay,
people
so
might think about
I want before we go into nothing, I'm going to lead into something else. From what I know from experiences of having a significant other who has dealt with that on several occasions, that license suspension, again, it used to baffle me too. I was like, well, what the fuck? How you expect the man to do what he gotta do if he
right,
can drive to where he gotta go? Like, that don't make no sense.
right,
However, that doesn't go into play unless you have fallen behind with making payments. So it takes at least a 3-month span before they start to send you stuff in the mail saying, listen, it's been 3 months, we ain't received nothing to give to the child. This is why you about to, they'll warn you and tell you, listen, this is the next step. We're about to suspend your license. You either pay your arrest because now you backing up and you causing interest now to have to get paid because you don't fall behind 2-3 months. Because at first I was like, well, how the hell they gonna take away license and then they don't go forward? Because when you decide you ain't dying enough, then they seizing passport, seizing your bank accounts and stuff like that. But from what I know from dealing with a significant other who does deal with stuff like that, not deal with, has dealt with stuff like that before getting on track properly, is that it takes several missed payments for that. And then they also offer a program if you're not working, some fatherhood, something where
fatherhood
they
program.
could help and it doesn't count against you
Right.
or some shit like that. So they have implemented things. However, at first, again, I was like that. I'm not against it. Now, going back to answer the question you asked about preventing stuff like this, I feel when two parents have to deal, when stuff get into the system as it pertains to child support and custody of children, one of the things, and again, if I'm wrong and somebody know the answer, correct me, please. But one of the things that I never see implemented is some type of counseling before they just say, okay, give the children to the mother and stuff like that. I don't see counseling or stuff like, for example, they like to give what you call those visits where the child have to have somebody with them, like the parent can't take the child by themselves. They don't have to have like a counselor. It'll be some type of visit. They have a specific name for it. Supervised visit. Okay.
Right.
Supervised visit. Fine. And again, certain circumstances would create that type of thing where they would say, okay, you have to be a supervised visit or whatever. When people come to the court system, because they either can't figure out how to do things or they can't think, and it comes to children and custodial rights and stuff, I feel that some type of a counseling session thing should be at play first to figure out what is the problem and if the problem can be reconciliated before it gets thrown into the judicial system or it gets thrown into the courts, where now you will have a judge determining how often this one could see the child, how often that one could see the child, or how much this one will have to pay to keep this one because this one taking care. I feel that that should be a first step implemented because a lot of times some of the issues is just people being mad at people. And if
Right,
the judge would see that is shit like that, then it would be like, bitch, don't waste the court time. Or sir,
right,
don't waste the court time. Because just like
right,
how you have women who better, you have men who like that too. They be like the baby mothers ain't shit. Yeah, you should
right,
have known that because you pick her up at the club when she
right.
would just like ain't shit. But you understand what I'm saying? So I think that there needs to be some sort of, sit down where something can be monitored to find out what the problem is. Because, like you stated, a lot of times it's just somebody trying to be spiteful and they know that they have the upper hand to do it.
Well, a couple of things that you said that you're absolutely correct about. You have to be a certain time behind for them to start saying that, hey, big man, what's up? We haven't get a payment from you in a while. If you don't bring in some money, we're about to suspend your license. It have to come a time. I don't know if I could remember. I think you have to be like a month, maybe a two
No, it's
behind.
three. It's
Yeah.
three. I tell you because
Okay.
I knew.
Okay.
It's three.
So 3 months behind,
Three
right?
payments we have to be
Yes.
behind. Yeah.
No, no, a lot of, well, everybody's situation is different. Everybody's situation is different. My situation is different. I can only speak on my situation. So that is correct. My situation was a little bit different as far as, like I said, I this is why I'm writing this book, that I could share all my information and all that stuff. Me saying it on this Facebook Live, I mean, whoever is tuning in and whoever tuning in after might listen to it might not understand totally, and we not have all, I have all night to explain anything. Maybe if I put it in a book, maybe people could read it and they have it there that they can read it, and try to understand. But anyway, everybody's situation is different, and you're right. Um, my situation was just unfortunate, where it's hard for the courts to kind of sift through documents where if you have, and this is illegal too, where you have a case in one area and then you have another case in another area. You can't have two cases going on at the same time unless if that person have if they have rights that, yeah, I have a home here in Georgia and I have a home in Alabama. Legally, you're paying taxes in Alabama and you're paying taxes in Georgia. Yes, then you could have whoever, you could probably file if you have children in Alabama. You could have a case in Alabama. If you have kids here in Georgia, you could have a case in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the case. My situation was I had two cases going on at the same time. Somebody was trying to be slick. But like I said, I ain't gonna get into all of that and this and that. But that right there, that situation right there with me, it could cause something that if you don't nip it in the butt right there and you just say, man, I ain't studying at this and that, and years go by, that could cause a whole destruction. And then you have people that is in power, which is attorneys that deal with situation like that before. They know what your problem is, but guess what? They're gonna charge you. They're trying to make their salary for the year within one person, the person that needs help. You know what I'm saying? They're charging you all this money. They know you don't have it. You're in a situation where you're gonna either put yourself in a debt to clear your name, or what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You're in a situation, you're young, you don't know, you're not educated. You're not educated enough to say, well, they have other programs that could help you out, that it doesn't cost you anything. But if you don't know what's going on or what's out there for you, you're gonna end up putting yourself in a debt that will maybe cost you your freedom, your life, everything. And that's what I'm saying, that we're in a generation right now that we should be educated on these stuff. That's why I was talking so much. All they're saying that we are educated enough that instead of we, like you say, talking about Tom, Dick, and Harry and saying that, man, this dude mentally cuckoo. We need to start, hey man, hey bro, that situation that you was talking about, check this link out or call this person. They can help you with your situation. You know what I'm saying? Good luck. We don't do that as much. Not saying that people don't do that, but we need to start doing that and helping one another instead of just being there and being an air and not helping us, that person. That person need help. That guy probably might have reached out for help and people probably were just giving him the side eye or saying they're gonna help him and don't help and don't help him. Maybe he was just a person that hold things in and don't ask for help. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's situation is different. But like I said earlier, with okay, with a situation with what we're talking about is, yes, you have to be in a arrears for a while for them to come after you. But again, when woman in power, and I'm gonna say this here, when a woman is in power and scarred too, they don't want to hear what you got going on. They don't want to hear that, man, they're about to lock me up. They don't want to hear that. They want you to feel the hot that they're feeling right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying that, you know, I could talk about it, not going to again. Yeah, it's just, I'm in a different mindset right now.
It is understandable and it's factual. However, a lot of times, all it takes is a conversation to be had with a medium because most times the parents can't talk and have a civil conversation. So even if the woman is hurt because of something you do, whether he cheat on her or he make another baby or he don't hit, wherever the situation is that created the environment that the mother felt she wanted to put him on child support or needed to or wanted to refrain the kids from being wrong him and stuff like that, blah, 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 whatever it is, whatever it is, there still needs to be some sort of sit down where somebody other than the two, because when you got two people doing this, nobody hearing nothing.
Listen,
There needs to be somebody that can mediate the situation to at least get down to the foundation of what the problem is. Now, if the problem, let's say the problem is the man like to be out a lot, the party a lot before when he don't work Friday, he want to enjoy his paycheck, he want to go here, there, and everywhere, wherever. He might deal with the bills in the house, but the mother now, because she's the one stuck home with the children, she feel is unfair. She can't go to or wherever the situation is, and she just decides, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna pull your wallet from you, I'm gonna pull your money from you, I'm gonna do this and just let the judge know you don't take care of your family, you stand at all, wherever the situation is. If that was to be a conversation had with a therapist or somebody who's sitting down to evaluate a situation before forwarding a case to the judge about a possible child support or whatever, I do feel that this is a step that should be implemented because if that person or the therapist was to sit and understand that this is just a mother who's upset about the lifestyle of the father who's doing what he's supposed to do, but yet feel on the weekend that's his time to wind down from working all week. That's something that could be resolved with a conversation. It just might need an extra person
right,
to do
right.
it. And then the law should not allow her to do it because she's mad. So that should be able to stop them from saying, you know what, sweetheart, I understand your situation. I probably would have been mad too, but that's not enough grounds for us to put this man on child support because he wants to enjoy himself out there. That sounds like a relationship shit, and y'all gotta figure that out. We could give you more sessions, or you guys could go separate ways. But as long as he's doing his part for the house and the children are not in need or want of anything, then that's just what a man chooses to do. That means our relationship have problems, but I have nothing to do with him taking care of the kids and not taking care of it if he's doing his part. So I think that type of um intervention is highly something that should be done before putting kids. I think a lot of times they'll realize like we got a lot of men out in the system, just like a lot of people who in jail. I'm not gonna specify color, gender, or race, or what I mean color or race, but there's a lot of people who are wrongfully being penalized for things, whether they're in jail for shit they shouldn't be in NIFA. And there's a lot of people who are wrongfully child support and dealing with issues by the government that they shouldn't deal with, all because of somebody who just wants to stick it to them, and this is the way that they know they could do it.
You know, this it goes back to what you hear a lot of people and piggyback when I say I don't trust the system. Even though I don't trust the system, I do my part. Every 2 years, every 4 years, I go there and I vote. It's very important that when you, especially here in the United States, that the people, whenever you have the 2 year, every 2 years, you have to go in and vote for city councilman, the judge, the senators, the mayor, and all that stuff. They are very important. And the reason why I say it's very important is because that those are the people that makes the laws. Those are the people that makes the rules in your county. Those are the people that tells you that, okay, what uh, Elise Rose is saying is true. But you know what? Right now, we don't have the money to fund that program. You know what I'm saying? Even though that it will help a lot of minorities or black men, especially, or even people that have baby mama drama. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to take from them, but we're trying to help them. And if this don't help, then we don't have no other choice but to go after their pockets. You know what I'm saying? Some people have that type of mentality, but when you have people in power that say, no, listen, I don't care. The black, nah, put him in jail, or nah, take his garnish his wages. They do have people in power that do that, that think that way. And that's why it's very important that we go and we vote and we put in people that have our best interests. That's why you hear people that say, make sure you vote for your local officers. It's very important. It's very important who you put in place. Because situation like this, like Elise said, it maybe have programs out there. I don't know. At my time, all it was about is, hey, where your money at? You know what I'm saying? You don't have your money? Okay, you get till the end of the week. If not, we locking you up. That was like the mentality. And that could be frustrated, especially if you're in and out of job, especially in a situation where the great recession was when Obama first came in and he had to jumpstart the economy and stuff. I wasn't working. I wasn't working from like 2009 to like 2011, 2012. 2012 is when I start working steady. You know what I'm saying? But from 2009, I went back to school thinking that, okay, I'm going to get a new trade, but, got a trade, but, it wasn't out there. People wasn't buying homes. People wasn't buying homes. You know what I'm saying? The housing market was totally trash. So I took a trade at that time thinking that, okay, they're going to jumpstart, we're going to have a lot of homes out there. I'm going to do HVAC and so forth. Got my HVAC certification. No homes wasn't being built. So I had to go right back to cable. You know what I'm saying? So people don't want to hear your story. People don't want to hear what you're going through. All they're seeing is that I'm hurt and you're going to feel that hurt as well. And that's what I'm saying, that we have to help educate one another so we don't have to be in a situation where that gentleman killed his ex-girlfriend and his ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it. We heard it so much where a woman's gone. When a woman's gone, ain't nothing you could do about it. Ain't nothing. You could talk to that scan lady and tell her stop. Try to talk some sense into them. Once it's gone, all it's seen is red. Once they see red, I'm sorry for you, bro. So that's what I'm saying, that I certain things I'm gonna just hold off because, like I said, I'm in a way better place. At least I would love to really get into depth as to why your license was being suspended. Like I could get into some stories that could make your mouth drop. And I'm not saying that I was perfect throughout my tenure with child support and all that stuff. I mean, sometimes you fall short. But one thing I must say, if it wasn't for that recession, I would have have a track record where from 1987 to this day, I always keep a job. So being lazy, when you hear that terminology deadbeat, that it bothers me because I'm like, for all my years I've been working. school, college, getting my college degree wasn't really like an option for me right now. I thought about going to the military and I decided I choose not to last minute. I tried to get into college and, financially, my family wasn't financially ready to do that. All this online courses wasn't there for us back in the days. So when I see that it was hard for me to get into college, me had no scholarship or nothing, I just turned to work. So when you hear deadbeat dad is like that, yeah, it really affected me mentally because I'm like, hey, I'm out here grinding, working. Anybody that know me from school, I always had a job from school. I had a job from sixth grade pumping gas. An honest job, not no hustle job, an honest job. You know what I'm saying? And to see that what I've been through to where I'm at now, I'm in a better place. And I just have to thank God that I didn't went that route like this gentleman. I could understand his pain. I could understand what he's going through, but I still don't agree by him taking anybody's life. But I could understand his pain because it could be frustrating. It is. You're talking to people, you're trying to explain yourself, and nobody ain't listening, nobody ain't hearing. All they're just saying is bling bling. Show me the money. If you don't have the money, you ain't locked up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, it's 9:16 on December 17th on a Friday. Elise Rose, what's your plan this weekend? What you have planned this weekend?
Another thing, I'm getting ready to out with the old and
In with the new.
slowly in with the new, and slowly in with the new. Donate
No
clothes.
more pop-up shop for the year? No more?
No, we done for the year. We just regrouping, trying to find ways to make things bigger and better.
Okay.
The only thing I would like to say to any business owners that are out there, we try not to use the word small business anymore because we're not gonna label our businesses as small. But for those of you who have your own, businesses, those of you who are in the entrepreneur field and you started a business, whether during the pandemic or you've always had a business and stuff like that, we want to start supporting each other. We already know the big companies are there. They're always going to be there. They're not going anywhere. But we want to get up there too. We want to be up there with the Macy's and the Walmarts and the all those other things. We want to be up there with them, and we can be up there with them. But it starts within our pool first, and then we think we have to lift each other. We have to support each other, and that's what we're asking for 2021 to start supporting a lot more local and you know
For
businesses.
2022. You said 2021 or 2022?
2020. I don't remember what I said, but 2022. 2022.
Yeah,
For the
2022.
new year, we want to start encouraging people to do more. So all the business owners, let's go. I hope you guys getting rid of the inventory. Do it and done has unofficially, we didn't make it official yet, but we unofficially have a new branch to the Atlanta branch. We now have the Do It and Done Orlando branch. So now
Okay.
Orlando, they're having their first independent pop-up shop event this Sunday. I've been posting it. You could go on the Do It and Done page or on my page and you can see the flyer, or Rena and Corey, and you can see the flyer. So if you're in Orlando and you want to get rid of that 2021 inventory for the last minute Christmas shoppers, get on it, baby. Call up, get your stuff there, get into that event so you can sell off your stuff and create new inventory for 2022. Get rid of that old stuff. We're carrying the old stuff in 2022. No. We leave it over here. So get rid of it for the late shoppers and those who like to do the last minute stuff like Ross, who still ain't do nothing yet. They're probably looking at
Tomorrow.
2 or 3. Okay, but other than that, yes. So you guys just be good, be safe, be kind, do good when you can, and it don't cost nothing to be kind to people. It don't cost nothing. Check on people, tell people you love them more now. Like even if it's a message or a quick phone call, you might say, hey, I feel like talking to them, but just call to tell you that I love you and have a good day, hang up the phone. A drive-by message, something. It don't always have to be long-winded, but we have to start practicing to say stuff now to people, because if we ain't learn nothing over this pandemic season, then y'all ain't learn shit.
Right. Shout out to everybody on Facebook Live. Linda, my cousin Linda Sills, thank you for tuning in. Tasha, thank you for tuning in. Kasim, the governor, pick up yourself. Renwick, thank you for tuning in. Lornette Williams G, thank you for tuning in. Stacy Rose, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. And everybody else, I really appreciate you supporting the JMO Talk Show. Don't forget next week, Friday is the last situationship. The last situationship for 2021 is going to be part 10. So this one here, we're going to announce some of our plans for 2022. We're about to take situationship to another level. Yeah, we about to take this up a notch. We told y'all that we're about to take it up a notch, but next year, look out for January or first edition of 2022 situationship. You never know. So I'm not gonna take it, take the cat out of the bag. I'll just let y'all wait till next week, Friday, and me and the hostess with the mostest, Elise Rose, gonna give that announcement. But look out for Situationship 2022, doing big things, man. You know what I'm saying? We really appreciate everybody that support us in what we do. Again, we're not professionals. We're just a host and a hostess that giving our opinions on a social media platform. You know what I'm saying? But we really appreciate y'all, just tuning in, listening, and joining in. We really appreciate that. And I really appreciate y'all for supporting the JMO Talk Show and also the Pump Talk Live and the Beauty to the Beast platform as well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it takes a lot for what we do. Time. You know what I'm saying? Time. I always tell people you can't get that back. Time, when it's gone, it's gone. History. Tomorrow is gone. You know what I'm saying? So we take time out of our busy schedule to bring a platform, to bring something to y'all for us to entertain. I think that's why it's very important to the support. Share the live support. We appreciate that, man. Any little bit counts. I know a lot of people got stuff going on, but still, any little bit count. You know what I mean? We're not asking for no money. We're not asking for you to support us financially. All we're doing is asking you all for support. That means a lot. You want to chime in, Elise?
I'm just going to tell them, don't forget to subscribe to the JMO YouTube page. So even if you miss it, you can't find it on social media. We all know everybody to go on YouTube. So go on YouTube. It's
hashtag JMO Talk Show. Right. Yeah, just when you go to JMO Talk Show, YouTube, just type in hashtag, the # JMO Talk Show, and it will pull up my page. Click on it, like, subscribe, and we really appreciate it, man. We have tons and tons of episode of me and Elise Rose that you could just go back and listen to. Believe it or not, Elise, some people read it and they hit me up and they be like, hey, I like this episode. Keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate it. So believe it or not, sometimes we might not see it live on the Facebook Live where people are chiming in. However, people are always going back after the show and voicing their opinion or hitting me up and tell me, hey, man, good show, great show. And keep doing what you're doing. So we really appreciate that.
They don't tell me nothing. They don't, the JMO regular crowd don't tell me nothing personally. They'll tell you. So they don't tell me.
Well, they do. I ain't gonna lie, they do. They honestly, they do. They I mean, and sometimes I and that's my fault. I should be more transparent when I get this message. I should forward it. I say, hey, this person said, but sometimes you'll be so busy doing so much stuff that you forget. But they do. They honestly do. Some people who don't even they don't even be on Facebook, but they'll go on the YouTube page and they'll watch the episode, or they're even gonna text me and say, hey, are you posting anything, or what's the latest on the YouTube page? So they look, it not be a handful. It might be one or two people, but it doesn't matter. You just never know. People don't understand that one person that go on your page and just for some reason like what you do, you never know. You could get an offer, a deal, an endorsement deal, sponsorship, or even a future guest on your show. You just never know. And that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. That's what this platform is all about. Just bringing people that people that you never heard about in the forefront. Look how many people have written books this year, Elise. A lot of people, authors, a lot of people writing books. When you gonna bring out your book, Elise? You have a story to tell. You know that, right?
Well, I know if mine's gonna be a book to read because they always say the saying goes when you don't want a black man know something, point in point in a book. So I don't know. I might have an audio where you could listen and watch pictures. People, you have to go with technology nowadays. People just get those little Kindles and they click the button and they listen to you read it to them. So I don't know. I might step up a generation from the book and do something else. I might do the Kindle version or
Hey, but
something.
that's
I
good.
don't know. You never
I
know.
but I was thinking about that as well too. Like what people, I mean, a lot of time people, and I do it too. I put my headphones on, and when I'm driving, I'm listening to a podcast or I'm listening to something while I'm driving. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, sometimes your local radio station, no taking anything from them, but sometimes what they're talking about, I might not want to hear. So I probably might listen to something online, and I do that a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know. But we
I might put
appreciate your support, man. Everybody, this is the holidays. Next week, again, going to be our last show for Situationship. However, I got one more show for the year. God's willing, hopefully, that's going to be New Year's Eve. I'm going to see if I'm going to do a show or not. It depends. A lot of stuff going on New Year's Eve. So maybe next week might be my last show for the year. I don't know. We'll see. But again, we appreciate y'all, man. Thanks again for rocking with us for a whole new year. Elise, keep doing your thing. Like I said, keep inspiring. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna always support you. I always gonna support you. You know what I'm saying? Anything that you got going on, I got you. You know what I'm saying? And
same here.
yeah, and again, if anybody that have anything planned for 2022, I would love to come on the JMO Talk Show, Pump Talk Live. Hit us up. Hit us up. You know how to find us. Let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So, and let's get it out there. You know what I mean? One more thing before I go, I would like to share this here to all my entrepreneurs out there. Um, I know that we changing the game by we seen a lot more entrepreneurs out there doing their thing. My advice to y'all is just be consistent. Be consistent.
Absolutely.
Be consistent. If you're going to put yourself out there, just understand that you have a product or you have something that you would like to share, and the turnaround is be compensated, right? That's the whole purpose of being an entrepreneur. But be consistent. It doesn't matter whatever industry you in. Be consistent, and please, the stigma of customer service, we have to take it to another level. We have to focus on that as well. Be consistent, and customer service always have to be number one. That's the only way you're going to take your business or your idea to another level. And network, please network. You know what I'm saying? Don't half step. Network, be consistent, and let's take this customer service to another level. That's just my advice. Because I've seen a lot of people just popping up, say they have products or they have stuff. They might have a good stuff, but just the reaction, they might not be a people's person. I'm like, how are you gonna have something to sell, but you're not a people's person? I mean, like you said, don't waste our time. You know what I mean? But you don't want to knock anybody down and be negative, but we just want people to just let's think about it. You know, be consistent. All right, that's it, man. Elise, I'll see you next week. Same time, same place.
Always.
You gonna have your ugly sweater on? I mean, what we wearing
Don't mind
next
my
week?
business. Don't mind my business. Wait till Friday come. Don't mind my business.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to look for an ugly sweater. Ugly sweater for next week Friday. You know, ugly sweater.
Christmas Eve, you gotta have your eggnog and your.
Yeah. Hey, anybody that have the coquito link up? Hey, let me know, man. I need some coquito. Coquito. I need some coquito.
I know somebody
Link
will
up.
make some for me earlier this year for my
Was it
birthday.
good?
But yes, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. And I don't drink it, but I enjoyed it.
You enjoy it. Okay. All
Yes,
right.
come on, drink it.
And everybody could do coquito. Everybody see the camera. Ain't everybody. All
Well
right, man.
done. All
So we
right.
catch up. Okay. Love. I'll
All
let you.
right. Peace out.
All
Mm.
right. That was Elise Rose, the hostess with the mostest on the JMO Talk Show. Make sure you check us out next week, Friday. Our last show. Maybe it might be our last show for 2021. So make sure y'all are the place to be, man. Again, thank y'all for supporting the JMO Talk Show, for doing big things, man. I mean, I really appreciate y'all, man. Next year, gonna be 8 years doing this, man. You know what I'm saying? 8 years. Help me get to the 10th year anniversary, man. Help me. Help me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody on Facebook Live. I thank y'all. Again, see y'all. Appreciate y'all. And I talk to y'all next week, Friday. Peace.
Here to get your shipment up, on the way. It's simple. Order, ship, receive. Order the goods and necessities online from your favorite stores, and Mahoney Movements will receive your order and ship it to you on island. And they will clear your shipment through IRB and customs. Yeah. And guess what? They'll get your order to you in 24 hours. 24 hours. Mahoney Movements, up, on the way. Give them a call today, 470-331-7983.
All right, that's it, y'all. See y'all next week. Peace. Hair grease, one love.